How's it going, everybody? Jared here for TGN and the Smoking Android, and today we're going to be taking a look at a new ROM. Well, it's not really new, it's actually been out for a little while here, but I'm just getting around to reviewing it now. It's called Max Blur version 2.0, and it is from the developer Gustrick over at XDA on the Atrix thread there. Really cool ROM, actually. If those of you out there that are interested in a blur-based ROM, a stock blur-based ROM, this seems like definitely one of those blur ROMs that you are actually willing to load onto your phone. But before we go ahead and get right into the review here, I kind of wanted to show you guys the funky cool new boot animation that this particular ROM has. And so we'll just turn it off here. It's turning off nice and quick, and we'll just boot it up real quickly for you here. So just take a look at the cool Motorola boot animation as it pops up here. Now, some things to mention about the ROM while it's booting up. The ROM is actually supercharged, so there's no need to go looking for a script or anything like that. It's supercharged, which for those of you out there that don't know what supercharged is basically just a script that enables it to go a little bit quicker. That's the long and short of it. As well as it does have the raindrop fix, which is nice to see because, you know, as a lot of us know out there, previous blur ROMs, the raindrop fix was not enabled, so it's really nice to see that, which basically means that your touchscreen is a little more responsive. Also, it comes with Beats audio, so that's nice. It has Beats audio, and it also has the Jug 6 battery fix from back in the day, the early days of Atrix hacking, so that's definitely nice. We're obviously going to get a lot of battery performance out of this ROM, as well as an ad blocker that they've thrown in there as well, so you won't have to go and go looking for and modding the ROM itself. Now you take a look here, it's actually got a really cool lock screen. Now I've actually never seen a lock screen like this. Pretty neat. So you just swipe that way to unlock it, or turn the sound on and off by doing so. So we'll go ahead and just unlock it here, and as you can see now, of course, because this is a blur based ROM, the first time you install it, the first boot, obviously it's going to go try and walk you through the blur setup. However, if you just click the menu button, you have the option to skip the blur setup. If you want to, use blur, if that's your flavor, then you can go ahead and continue on with the setup. But anyways, so moving through the ROM here, one thing I did notice sort of right away, even after it's been loaded up fully, is that navigating the home screen's little bit of stuttering, but that could just be because I'm used to the insane fluidity of Jelly Bean running on my Samsung Galaxy S3. So that's something to keep in mind. It does have the stock dialer, very nice looking as well. And of course we go into our apps, and let's take a look at some of the apps that are included. So some things that you may not, or that don't come stock, obviously, with the Motorola Atrix. Now we're looking at the camera apps to begin with. It is using the Droid 3 camera, which is sort of kind of reminds me of some of the earlier stock blur custom ROMs, earlier last year. And it's actually still a really well working, or really good working camera, especially for the Motorola Atrix. So jumping right into the camera application here. If it'll load up for us, there we go. So, definitely very nice to see. So you've got, you can switch between front and rear facing camera. You've got the video recording option. And down here, we've got our different options here, so you can change the scenes and the exposure, things like that. Jumping into settings. I do like the UI of this particular camera application over a lot of others, so just something I wanted to throw out there. I kind of like the whole sort of transparent look of the window there. So, and obviously the camera is really great. It also has a burst shot as well, so which is nice to see. And the video recording capability is, yes, 1080p. So if we wanted to, we could always jump into there and check that out. And I believe if we go up here, we should be able to, where is it, widescreen resolution. So right now it's set to 720p, but scroll up, 1080p, right on. Oops, sorry, it's out of focus there. So cool stuff there with the camera. Jumping back into the applications menu, of course you've got support for DLNA. The gallery actually loads very quickly, and I was really pleased to see that. So if I was to click on that, and boom, I like the animation of how it actually loads all of the pictures. I thought that was pretty neat. So some cool stuff there. Gallery works nice and quick, and you have access right to jump right into the camera from the gallery itself. Moving down from there, we've got your media share. So if you have any other DLNA enabled devices like TVs, media players, or your computer, then you know what to do there. Of course, we've got our mobile hotspot application, which is nice to see, comes standard on the ROM. Oops, got to get back in there. Moving down from there, we have the music application, which is actually the blur music application. So if you want to go ahead and go through the blur setup, then that's up to you. One neat thing is the quick boot application. So they give you because you'll notice that if I hit the power button, we don't actually have sort of our standard custom boot options here. It's just power off and then it powers off the device. So you just jump in here, maybe throw that app on your desktop, something like that, and you have control over your booting. So reboot, recovery, bootloader, or just straight up power off. Getting back in there again, just short of that, we have root uninstall. So any of the user applications you have downloaded, as you can see, the list is empty because I don't have any apps downloaded that I downloaded myself, but this is something that you can use to remove them, uninstall them, back them up, things like that. Tap twice to back out of there. Of course, we've got our screen grabber application and some other standard blur stuff. And that's basically it. And as you can see, it's a vertical scroll as opposed to horizontal. Anyways, so did I get those right? Yes. So anyways, yeah, very cool stuff there. Let's go ahead and jump into settings now. One thing I wanted to mention right away. Now, I don't have a working SIM card in here right now, so I wish I could use this and check out the features, but you'll notice that it says 4G settings there. I'm not really too sure what's going on with the 4G settings. However, I would love if some of you out there are running this. Maybe you can leave a comment in the comment section below, letting me know exactly what that's all about. That'd be great, also for other people that are watching this video as well. So we're gonna go into, let's say, battery and data manager. So they've got obviously the battery and data manager. You've got your HDMI. So we do have landscape HDMI. And what's cool about this overscan is that depending on the screen size, things like that, as you can see that the description reads, adjusts the viewable area that is displayed while the phone is mirrored on the HDMI display. So if it's not fitting correctly, you just go to this application or setting here and you can adjust it accordingly as needed. So very, very nice to see there. Moving down from there, we don't really have a whole lot else. We'll just jump into About Phone so we can show you guys. We are running Android Gingerbread version 2.3.6. And it is actually using Fox123's stock enhanced Gingerbread kernel. So basically it's optimized for all devices. If you have an AT&T Atrix or an international Atrix, this ROM is safe to flash for both. Now, something else I wanted to mention is that this is actually themed. This is using dark blur theme. I can't remember who it was actually made by. Actually, no, yeah, it's made by Flacco, I believe. So Flacco, thank you to him. But so basically, as you can see here, it's got a bit of a theme to everything. It's not heavily themed, but themed just enough to look really, really nice. And the theme actually comes in a separate download. So you'll be downloading both the main ROM and the theme ROM. So you would, wipe Dalvik, wipe cache, factory data reset, install the ROM, and then immediately after install the theme, and you should be good to go. So we're going to jump into our notification bar here, and you'll notice that we've got all the cool looking toggles up there. However, it looks like there's room for 2 more, so I'm not really sure what's going on there, but it would have been nice to see them just maybe pick 2 more, like flashlight or something like that, to toss in there. And of course, as you can see, it is themed, so we've got a themed notification panel here. As you can see, it is transparent, and it does kind of become tinted as you start to pull it down, which is nice to see. Let's go ahead and jump into messaging here. Nothing too new here. We'll just hit that, type text message, and as you can see, the keyboard, it looks familiar, right? And there's the font for you guys, if you were interested in taking a look at that. So very nice stuff there. Also, it comes with WebTop over HDMI, so if you do still have your HDMI cable that came with the device when you purchased it, you'll be able to landscape mirror it to your TV or monitor and have WebTop accessibility. Very cool feature. Something else to point out is that it actually has boot acceleration. Boot acceleration is basically just something that optimizes the booting time of the device itself, as opposed to, regular stock boot times, which are always a little bit longer than obviously custom ROMs. So, if you do need to do a quick reboot, well, then you're in luck. It'll, you won't be waiting too much longer for it. So basically that's it, guys. Very nice stock blur ROM. They've removed a lot of the silly Google apps and a lot of silly Moto blur apps as well, and obviously carrier bloatware and all that good stuff. So there's obviously no carrier bloatware here. So basically that's all I really wanted to show you guys on this particular ROM. Very, very cool stuff. Max Blur version 2.0. I'll have a link in the description below for everybody to download it who wants to. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Till next time, we'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.